Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your Charles, and welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamerspro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and when we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today we have a pretty interesting episode for you guys that we want you guys to stick around for. So please make sure you go ahead and like the video and subscribe to the channel. And also, if you hear some noise in the background, they're doing construction outside. Sorry, I can't. There's nothing I can do about that. But anyway, let me get into this topic here. So, one of the biggest talking points I've noticed this season is the lack of shooting that the Lakers have. Most people seem very reluctant to talk about their defense. They're already talking about the roster construction. They're already talking about, Rob Pelinka did a terrible job. They need to fire Rob Pelinka. They need to do all of these different things. I've always maintained, after doing the research, combing through the evidence, look at what transpired over the last season, I always realized that the number one pain point for the Lakers has been their defense. Their defensive deficiencies is what's causing them a lot of heartache. From game to game, right? I've noticed that. And yesterday I was watching that game between the Lakers and the Clippers, and I believe I posted it on the channel. I said, even though Russell Westbrook finished the game, I think 0 of 10 or 0 of 11, the Lakers defense is what kept them in that game. Well, as it would be, after the game, they were interviewing players. And one of the people that they interviewed was one LeBron James, right? And they asked him to give his general thoughts about the game. And then they also asked him to talk about the defense. And he said something that seems to absolutely fly in the face of what a lot of the people in the media have been telling us. But before we get into that, before we get into his comments, this video is brought to you by sponsor Aura, who's also the official sponsor of the T-Wolves. Do you know what the fastest growing crime in America is today? It's identity theft. Imagine trying to log into your email only to see that your password has been changed. Then you start getting weird notifications from your bank and credit cards, only to find out that all of your personal and sensitive information has been totally compromised. If you think it can happen to you and your family, just know that in 2020, over 49 million Americans were victims to identity theft, costing them a combined $56 billion. That is why we are excited to partner with Aura, who's a sponsor of this video. Aura is the #1 identity theft and financial fraud protection. Aura monitors the dark web and alerts you if any of your passwords and accounts have been breached. And funny enough, after using Aura, I discovered some of my credentials were floating around in the dark web, and the app showed me exactly when and where the breach happened. In addition, Aura allows you to set spending alerts, and they'll notify you of any suspicious transactions. Aura is 4 times faster than any of its competitors in alerting you if someone is trying to open a credit card or obtain a loan using your name. And remember this, every 14 seconds, someone becomes a victim of identity fraud. Don't let it happen to you. Now click the link in the description and try Aura for free for 2 weeks and see if any of you or your family's personal information has been compromised. Start your free trial at aura.com/dreamerspro. And when you try Aura, by using the link in the description below, also know that you're supporting this channel. Thank you. So what we want to do is we want to play what LeBron James had to say here. I want you guys to pay close attention to what he had to say, and then we're going to come back and react to it. So take a listen to what LeBron James had to say here.
AD was talking earlier about the defensive progress he saw from opening night to tonight, especially in those stretches in the second and fourth quarter. What did you see defensively, other than maybe just competing more?
No, I mean, you got to be tactical about it too. I mean, you got to go out and compete, but you got to be tactical and know what you're doing. Keying in on players' pros and cons and what they want to do, what they would love to do, the way they exploit defenses. So I thought we were very, locked in on what the game plan was. And it resulted in us getting some stops, getting some run-outs, and getting back into the game, especially after that first quarter. I love the way we're playing basketball right now. We're sharing the ball offensively. We're moving bodies. I think we will begin to knock down shots as we continue to, know where we want to be on the floor. Guys know where they want to be. But our ball club is our ball club, and I'm definitely not going to sit here and harp on what we can't do every single game. It's not a leader. So what I know we can do, we can defend our ass off, and we did that tonight, which gave us an opportunity to win. And we just couldn't make it happen, but I'm okay with that.
So you heard what the man himself had to say as it pertains to his team. And he's 100% correct. As I was watching the game, let me first of all say this. The issues that the Lakers have, it's a nuanced problem. It's not a one answer. You can't solve the issues that the Lakers have with just one simple answer. There are multiple issues that they have. Number one, Russell Westbrook is a problem. He is a problem for the. Now, some people say you got a people for. No. I'm now saying, I'm being like balanced about it. He was a problem, right? And I'm not going to be doing 10 videos about Russell Westbrook or talking. We're not going to be talking about him 10, for the next 5 days. Russell Westbrook was a problem because he went 0 of 10 from the field. You go 0 of 10, I don't see how you're helping your team. The fact that he wasn't able to put the ball in the bucket wasn't good for that game. But to be fair, the game before, he did play better. But last night, he was a problem for the team, right? Obviously, watching that game, you could see that shooting was a problem. It was absolutely a problem, and that's something that they need to work on. However, the most critical point that they need to focus on, this Lakers team, I believe, to at least remain competitive. You got to be realistic about your expectations. And I think LeBron knows that. For them to at least be competitive is that the Lakers have to find a defensive identity. They have to. And yesterday, I understand that the Clippers were making a lot of blunders, a lot of careless passes, a lot of turnovers, but the Lakers were forcing that with the pressure that they were playing. Early in the first quarter, it looked like it was going to be a blowout. But then the Lakers started to fight back. They started to play defense, and you could see that they were beginning to get energized on the defensive end, and guys were getting into each other. Patrick Beverley stole the ball a few times. LeBron James was in the passing lane. Some of the other guys were in the passing lane. Russell Westbrook at the end of the game was playing fantastic defense on Kawhi Leonard. So their defense kept them in the game, but their lack of shooting couldn't bring them home. So it's not like as if the Lakers are as bad as people are making them to be. They're not as bad as people are making them to be if they play defense. If they don't play defense and you pile on the fact that they're not going to be making a lot of shots, then you're going to have a terrible team. My only point is this. If they decide to have a defensive identity and they take defense seriously, they will be in a lot of close games, and they have enough talent to be competitive down the stretch. Russell Westbrook may not be the guy hitting the big shots, but you do have LeBron James. You do have Patrick Beverley, who can hit shots and 40 points. You do have Anthony Davis. You have guys, Walker and these guys that can go out there and keep you in games. But if they don't play defense, you can forget about it. And I think that that's something that LeBron James pointed out to. People are just talking about the shooting. And I understand that. It is a real problem. But I think the defense can help keep them afloat while they try to address the other issues. The answer is not just, oh, it's Russell Westbrook. Oh, it's just the shooting. Oh, it's just the defense. No, it's all of them. And I'm saying the defense will at least keep them competitive. If you watched that game yesterday, their defense kept them in the game, and it kept them energized because they were getting stops. So these are my thoughts and opinions on this. So what I want to know from you guys, what do you think about what LeBron had to say, what I had to say? Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section, and we definitely catch y'all on the next episode.